Why, hello, one and all, and welcome to part 19, I believe, of Ultimate General Civil War, Infantryless Confederate Run. Today we are going to be doing, or at least starting, the Battle of Fredericksburg. I don't know if we'll finish. We'll see how quickly it goes. Now, an interesting thing about my arm. So, okay, this is the biggest army we've had so far, because now each corps can have 5 divisions, well, before it was only limited to 4 divisions. And so that basically, over the size of our army, is going to increase our number of soldiers by like 25%. It's probably going to increase the number of enemy soldiers by 25%. So this is going to be the biggest battle so far. A few things. Johnston is now here. He was a corps commander, but I switched him out with Hector because Hector, you know, he was commanding. He was a lieutenant general, so he's really great at commanding 650 skirmishers, which means he'll be perfect for commanding 18,000 soldiers. He can do a good job. He's lieutenant general, so we'll go with that. A few other things with how I've organized this army is that all my best snipers are in my 2nd Corps. So Siegfried, Torbert, Lewis, all these soldiers with the Whitworths, they're in the 2nd Corps. In my 1st Corps, so my 1st Corps is going to be on Mari's Heights, on Fredericksburg, and those positions are so good, I feel I could use subpar units to fill those spots, because it's going to be easier, and so I might as well use these. Although these units here are still nothing to laugh at because, you know, they might be only 1 star, but they still got really great weapons. They have tons of revolvers, some sharps rifles. These are snipers. It's the first time I'm using this skirmisher weapon in this run. We got George Pickett. We have some good, decent artillery. We got some Blakeleys, lots of ordnance, we have extra artillery in this corps because we have a narrow front, so we won't actually be able to use that many of our frontline skirmisher units, and so that's why we have extra artillery. We have Reed, Kirk with the Whitworths, Perrin, Blakely, so we got good artillery. Archer, I'm bringing him because he's basically my only infantry unit, and I know if I get him in the right spot on Mari's Heights, he's just going to destroy him. He's basically an infantry unit now. Or like an infantry unit that can move faster. But alright. We have lots of revolvers and yeah. In the 2nd and 3rd Corps, we have lots of units that have, see, like here, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. That's like 9,500 cavalry, although here we actually have 10,000 because we have more units. This is our 2001. We have Trimble, a huge melee cav unit. Biggest melee cav I've had so far. And so yeah, my 1st and 2nd Corps are where my best soldiers are. My 3rd Corps is just going to have lots of cavalry, and these guys probably won't be very involved, but the cavalry will be involved. So now I think about it, I probably should have taken some of this cavalry. These are all mostly trash units. I should have taken some of this cavalry and put it into here so that they could actually get into the battle faster instead of being in the reserves. But okay, enough rambling. Let's actually go ahead and get into the battle. I still have too many guns. So anyways. So it's like, okay, whatever, let's just go. Stop over-analyzing it. Let's jump in, we'll do fine. So the 1st Corps is going to defend Mari's Heights. 2nd Corps, with all the good snipers, is going to be out in the open. They're going to be much more useful shooting out in this open terrain than in these entrenchments, I think. I mean, they still do amazingly up here. But it's going to be harder to fight down here, and so I want better units down there. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Alright, 3rd Corps, you'll be in the center. The trash reserves we'll get them into. Now, this is wrong, this number right here, 7,600. And that this number is only for the first day. And so, we'll see what actually pans out. Now, I forget, do we get to bring 1 unit to this little skirmish battle, or is it 2? I don't remember. Hope it's, or is it 3? I think it's 3. It's either 1 or 3. It's not 2. This is a big battlefield. Alrighty. Yeah, I know we get some skirmish. Okay, we just get 1. I think I will bring Archer. We do not need a supply wagon. Or do we? Yeah, let's bring it. I remember sometimes running out of ammo on this map, so. Archer. The skirmishers. Now, remember, that number we saw, 7,600. This is all we're going to have to deal with that. And this is also partially part of the reason why I wanted Archer, because he, more than anyone, this unit, can just do a lot of damage very quickly at closer ranges. So, alright, let's go ahead and start. Archer, you can dismount. Skirmishers, come down here. Oh, we actually get 3 skirmishers. Skirmishers, you'll stay down there. Or should I move you up here and have you watch the water? Huh. Yeah, I'll keep you right here. It's better cover. Skirmishers, you'll come up here to support. Yeah, you'll be down here. Archer, you're gonna dismount. Oh, you're already dismounting. Are you dismounting? Doesn't look like you are. Or are you? Come on, dismount. Oh, hello. Who's there?
This is Panda.
Oh, hey, Panda. We're just getting started, so you're just in time. I'm recording for YouTube right now, so you'll be in the video, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. Won't be able to stick around for, well, the majority of this, because I assume this is going to go for a while, but...
Yeah, probably at least 3 hours, probably around there. And so, the pre-battle thing told me I was going to have 7,000 opponents. Then I only get to bring 1 brigade, so this is going to be interesting.
So I guess I haven't been able to catch up on your videos. What settings are you working on at this point? Because I know you'd increased it.
So all the multipliers are between probably... I haven't checked in a while, but they're probably all between 1.5 to 2. I think the enemy size multiplier is around at least 1.8, maybe 2. I'm not sure offhand.
It looked like you had mostly switched over, at least partially switched over to using max size cavalry units as your main unit.
Yes, I have a lot of
on the field.
I have a lot of cavalry units that are between 1,000 and 2,000, so yeah. Archer here is my best unit in my whole army.
Yeah, I always figured that at some point someone was going to try and just use the 2K cavalry dismounted and just completely replace infantry with them. Though, I mean, it's certainly easier to do.
I wouldn't say I've completely replaced infantry because most of my divisions still only have 1 cavalry unit. And so the skirmishers still have to pull a lot of weight. But the cavalry can definitely help hold the line, especially when they have 3 stars and they get the range buff, then they're basically infantry that shoot a lot faster.
Yep. Is your limitation money, or is it weapons?
So I've been cheating, actually, to add more weapons to the shop. I still make myself buy them. Add them to the shop so that I actually have stuff to buy.
Okay. So you just prefer the okay, so it sounds like you're running out of money to just create that cavalry then. Or do you just prefer having some of the skirmishers instead?
I wouldn't even say I'm running out of money, because I have extra sharps carbines, so like I think I probably have like at least 3,000 sharps carbines still in reserve. So yeah, it's not really a money limitation. I guess the bigger limitation, I think, is that if I have too much cavalry, especially with like lower star cavalry, then like I'll have a range disadvantage, as opposed to if I have lots of skirmishers with snipers or just infantry muskets, right? They can actually have that range, which can help a lot.
That's true.
And so like my cavalry, I'll use that if I'm attacking, to where I have to get close to them anyways. Or if I'm defending, I'll use them as a shock unit for like counter charges.
I'm curious for the battles after Antietam that haven't been updated. Have the deploys mostly worked out, or have you been having problems with just stuff not showing up or that sort of thing?
I haven't noticed anything in particular.
Okay.
This infantry unit is getting across. I don't like that. I should have had more skirmishers down here to begin with. I get out of their way so they can shoot. At least gonna hit them in the flank. There we go. They're wavering now.
Do they charge your skirmishers much, or do they?
In a bigger battle, yes. In a minor battle, not as often.
Okay. Just probably the low stats, or they just don't want to. I'm not sure if it's the low stats, or if they just think they can outshoot you, or.
Usually, it's actually like if I'm in a defensive battle, and I have my own skirmishers, not these ones. Like, I have a range advantage because I have snipers, and so by the time they actually get close enough to charge, or like I can like, it makes it a lot easier to beat back charges. Yes.
Firing entire volleys of Whitworth snipers into them, of course, to beat back charges.
Like, I've had it before, yeah, like I have 650 like 3-star snipers in just one volley routes them.
We should all be thankful the Confederates decided to buy Enfields over Whitworths en masse.
Whitworths,
the Confederates...
it's kind of unrealistic how good they are in this game. Like, with all the smoke, powder fouling.
And for the time period, they were considered one of the best rifle muskets of the era.
They were kind of, well, I'd say they're more like one-trick ponies. Where they're like very accurate, but in every other measure, they're terrible. Like, they're expensive, slow to load. They fouled quickly.
The part where you can throw
custom
them on
animation.
An experienced unit and just magically, solve the reload problems and that sort of stuff. Certainly, it's not the most realistic, but.
No, Gun Jesus from Forgotten Weapons had nothing but praise for this musket.
No, actually, okay, I've seen that video. And when I say the Whitworth's a one-trick pony, that's a quote from him. So.
I forgot that quote. I just remember when Ian loves a gun, that's all I can focus on, because I love that kind of energy when you just go hard on a gun. But So, Fredericksburg, how's it going so far?
Well, Archer has 703 kills and 0 deaths.
So. Did I accidentally hijack one of your videos?
Well, I am recording, but I wouldn't use the word hijack. You're guest starring the video.
I like that word. Yes, I just saw that you were streaming. I was like, ooh, let's see what these people are up to.
That reminded me, I wanted to ask. So, again, I haven't been able to catch up on most of the videos, but it looked like you were taking very little damage. Is it just because they don't have enough perks and stats to like get through your high cover values, and so they just don't really do any damage? Or I guess in that case, like that unit's just sitting there wavering, so it barely does anything. They just sit there wavering a lot.
I mean, a lot of times with the snipers, they're like already low on morale by the time they even start shooting at me, even if they do get a chance to shoot at me.
Okay.
So, a question from a guy who doesn't use skirmishers: how do you give them an ungodly amount of cover, like you're describing, Panda?
Well, I mean, they just generally have higher cover values in a lot of places compared to infantry, so...
If I look at my cavalry here, they have a 20% cover bonus from this buff, and then my corps commander gives them an extra 30% with one of his buffs.
That's nice.
Oh, they're getting skirmishers. This is a 2-star unit around here. Oh, this is 2-star infantry. Shoot them.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Archer's finally taking 1 kill. Look at that KD ratio, 1,000 to 1.
Yeah, like this is definitely best case scenario, but I definitely remembered seeing in some of your other battles that it's just like, it seemed like you were taking almost no damage, and so I was wondering if they just...
I think something else that might be also somewhat an illusion, in that because I have a lot more cavalry, like, the infantry casualties number will be lower, and so, like, instinctively, right, when you're looking at casualties, you just look at the highest number, but because cavalry and infantry are kind of equal, or skirmishers and cavalry, in terms of numbers, they get, the casualties get split between those, and so they don't look as high, maybe.
I'm just glad there's not a co-op model, because I played any of my army builds against Austin, I'm pretty sure I died against this.
It'd be a very different play style if there was multiplayer. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you do against the AI that doesn't work, or would not work against a player.
Even my 3-star veterans would run from this massive pile of woodwork.
Well, so it'd be interesting because, like, so say you had an army set up like this that was, like, you know, very shooting focused, trying to do long range stuff. Like, but the player, like, if you were setting up like a PvP army, like, you could counter that with like a full speed army that's designed for melee, and you just screen your units with detached skirmishers that cuts 1 or 2 volleys off of the snipers, and your melee units slam into them and the battle's over. So, like, there'd be a very interesting back and forth if that sort of thing existed.
I mean, the only thing I could think of that would be used to counter outside of what you just suggested, because one of my tactics for taking out massive skirmishers, I end up hurting them with my cav divisions. That's how I usually take out enemy skirmishers, just run them down with cav, get them into a box, and hit them with my saber cav. Would that be viable in this case? I am not.
Why you're not shooting?
Like, it's like what conditions are you setting up the battles in? Like, you definitely wouldn't have the easy. Like, it's very easy to hurt the AI skirmishers because they always fall back predictably, and probably a player would not respond the same way.
And it would not be used that attack against awesome to make it spend. Really? I don't know. I don't use skirmishers, I just feel like it takes I mean, if I need line of sight, I'll create a dedicated skirmisher for that specific battle. Like I did for Mario's house. I had an entire corps dedicated to making artillery. I got band of skirmishers to have line of sight, and I just shelled Mari fights while I did the rest of the fighting at Prospect and Telegraph Road.
Yeah, artillery would definitely be very interesting, just because so much of kind of happy they didn't, because I feel like if they had, we would have gotten either a much smaller or a much worse campaign. I just don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's just a resource issue. Like, obviously, if they put both together and made them both just as good, like, that'd be great, but...
Use multiplayer for a theoretical sequel. Because you can easily make a sequel for this game, because there's a lot of them who are untouched. They don't do, a lot of the Western theater stuff with
there's no Vicksburg campaign.
Like, honest to God, for the Vicksburg campaign, even if you didn't want to do the whole campaign, you could do Champion Hill and Big Black River. Those are a few key battles you could have done. And as the Reds, you could have done you have done Joe Wheeler's campaign of cutting off Sherman's supply line. Then, if you wanted to add those into the game for a theoretical sequel.
Well, there's certainly lots of mechanics that could be added in to, like, flesh it out a little bit more. Like, you know, it's the sort of stuff that sometimes we talk about putting in the mod and just have never gotten around to. It's like the whole, you know, officers being almost entirely interchangeable, you know, the way division officers work, you know, or, you know, if you go into a different way is, you know, even if you stick to these relatively historical battles, like, you could still, like, maybe have the side battles influence how they start more, or provide, you know, more greater variety in terms of, like, where stuff can show up in battles and that sort of thing. Or you could have even like a branching campaign of some kind. Like, I definitely think there's a lot.
Oh no, they're charging with their artillery.
What?
They're charging with their guns.
Oh, Jax, they can't see you.
I know.
Are they seriously charging with artillery about the Navy?
Whenever I get around to updating this battle, I think either the timer certainly probably needs to be shorter, and the numbers probably need to be significantly higher, so that, in theory, this should be you shoot them for a bit, they mass up, and then they push across the bridges, and you retreat. Like, that's probably how this phase should go, because pretty much everything that isn't that just involves the player getting free kills, while the AI doesn't handle crossing well.
Understandable. Well, if this is a big if Ultimate General Revolution does come out, and a lot of those mechanics that I say a lot of them, what we have seen so far in that teaser image of there being resourced, of them actually being able to collect the resources and stuff, that could be an interesting thing to have in future games, if it works.
Well, it's going to be, from what they've shown, it's going to be I guess, a very different style of game. Like, it's, like, Total War is not quite the right comparison, but it's going to be closer to that, where you have an actual, like, campaign map that stuff can change on. So, like, you aren't going to get, presumably, you aren't really going to get the historical battles set up as they were historically, like you get in this game, where, you know, Antietam happens more or less the way it, you know, the lines are set up, the armies vary a little bit, but you have that fundamental progression to battle that is the same. And, like, when you go to a more open campaign, like, you might fight on that battlefield, but you're not necessarily going to be in the same situation. Stuff is, like, that would be my guess, is they're going with a more randomized battle setup. You know, maybe they can preserve some of that, but...
That idea actually reminds me of the game I work on. It's called Battlegrounds 3, which also takes place in the American Revolutionary War. And there was a community tournament kind of style where it was like that, where it's a grand campaign where each side tries to take control over like a map where, oh, you want to fight over this territory, then you play on this map, and whoever wins gains control of that territory. And they can decide how many forces they want to dedicate to each territory.
Just territory allocation, like it sounds like there's sort of like a territory map or something. Is that included in the game, or is that sort of like?
No, that was all on the community, like people making images and organizing that way. It wasn't built in. The game itself is just a first-person combat game, and so it's not a grand strategy game that would more naturally support that. But the community went and made that anyways.
That reminds me a little bit of I'm trying to think what it was. Like, I think it was like one of the early Dawn of War games or something like that, where fundamentally it's an RTS, but like there's like a risk style map where you can go into an area and then you fight your normal.
Oh, you're talking about it's not Soulstorm, it's Dark Crusade. Dark Crusade did that.
Okay. Now, I always find that interesting when you give you that little bit of like strategic layer, even if for me at least, it always feels more. It keeps me more engaged when there's like some sort of goal as opposed to just I'm grinding a battle.
This unit is finally routing. Finally.
Soulstorm did it too, but not as successful because Soulstorm was not made, but was made by Iron Lord, not Relic. So the game was overly ambitious and just fell on its face in most
everyone.
Johnny!
Oh, we got everybody in here.
Yeah, everybody.
You're on video, Johnny, by the way.
Huh?
You're on video.
Oh. Oh dear.
If that's okay. If not, I can cut it out.
So,
okay.
Good
what
luck.
do we call this? So what do we call this episode? Awesome's Infinity War, or was it Awesome's Avengers Endgame? Was it the one with everybody in it? Oops, I sweared. Alright.
I need ammo. When
You
does it?
almost did bring the wagon.
What's that?
Or when you almost did bring the wagon.
I almost didn't bring the wagon, but I remember that in previous playthroughs I actually had ran out of ammo. Because initially I'm like, to me, the spout, oh, it's too small to even worry about. Too small, too short to even worry about ammo, but no. Apparently we're going to be running low on ammo.
Hey, that's something.
Just allowed. No.
Go ahead.
Just make this the first phase hold or die situation.
So I was thinking, I think I could actually maybe I don't know if I could block deploying a supply wagon, because that would actually make some of these initial holding phases in a couple of battles, which are supposed to be a unit held for a little bit and then they ran out of ammunition and left. Like, that's pretty much what happened historically. If I could block the wagon showing up, that would actually replicate that a little bit more. I don't know if that's worthwhile doing, because, again, fundamentally in this phase, like, you're just able to get free kills because the AI is dumb.
Stupid.
And not enough stuff shows up. Though I think, I'm trying to remember, on higher difficulties, I feel like it is very difficult to actually, like, usually they'll start coming across one of those, like, the bottom bridge, and once they get on that side, you can't get them out usually, because their hour gen is high enough, because they'll do enough damage.
If they have a sufficient size as well, they'll be able to get into the fortifications on the other, the Union-only fortifications on the other side of the river fast enough. And at that point, you could say goodbye to pushing them out, unless you commit into melee. Or thank them. But
I don't think this one will need too much adjustment whenever I
question. I have a question. It's been some time since I've played base game, but correct me if I'm wrong, it used to be that if a unit ran out of ammo, it can't shoot anymore.
no, it was just very, very slow.
So there is a bug in the base, well, I call it a bug in the base game, where units could run out of ammunition and then they would sort of
sit there.
Their logic would get screwed up, and so they would end up not firing. It's not that they can't fire; it's that the AI logic would just get stuck in a loop where they wouldn't fire.
I kind of just had that earlier, where I had one of these skirmisher units. It was standing there and just not shooting at targets in front of it.
If you're, I do remember specifically like this bug. I'm not sure. Actually, now that I think of it, it's either there was an issue with targeting. Yeah, it was an issue with targeting, that's for sure, because whatchamacallit. Sometimes the unit doesn't no, this might be a different bug. It was the hold position bug where
where they think they're trying to stay hidden so they don't fire at stuff. I thought I finally fixed all of those, but it's in a couple of different places, and it's depending on how you play, you might not ever see it because you never use that specific setup.
It's one of the reasons why I dislike It's one of the reasons why I dislike the holding position in the base game, is because there are times when it's like, why are you not firing? It's just like
the way I would play the base game was very strange, because like I deliberately avoid using a bunch of commands because they had various issues that I wanted to avoid, so it felt like I was always oblique moving everything and like not trying to use any of the attack commands because they were just
because I just let the unit target units by themselves, not because if I order them to target something, they'll stay targeting that specific unit even if that unit runs away. And then they'll march to their deaths.
Yeah, some poor guys. Good.
You were saying, Panda?
Some poor guy in the Steam forums who was trying to do like a mass assault down the center of Malvern Hill, and he was trying to right-click on every unit and just complaining about getting blocked messages nonstop, and it's like, yeah, no, if you try and do that, it's not going to work out well.
Yeah.
It's just don't issue attack orders. You can avoid it.
Okay, he's obviously rebels. He's obviously rebels, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you...
Why would you charge into the Union gun line like that?
Well, if you have sufficient speed, you'll take losses, much more if you attack from the side, but it is possible. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you have melee perks...
just completely reckless.
The thing is he wasn't charging. If he was charging, he wouldn't get the blocked messages. He was trying to like... he was trying to like line up his whole line, give all of his units orders, and then he was trying to like get his second line to also move up and attack other stuff. It's the sort of thing I can see what he was trying to do, and it's just like, okay, the way this game works, you don't want to use any of those commands. It's just not going to work out. But I feel like the mods are much better.
Outside of clicking on one unit and telling them to shoot or charge, I didn't know there were other commands.
For me personally, I just do move orders into the enemy lines. I usually don't specifically target. Normally, I don't specifically target enemy units unless I really want that unit gone.
Yeah.
Because I just let the AI just like, they can shoot when they can shoot. I don't have to finagle them with blocked and all the useless crap. Even though yes, they're technically supposed to be, they're in front of my face. There's a huge gap where you could shoot through, but no, you're blocked by either a friendly unit or an enemy unit. Is like the game sometimes.
Yeah, like something in artillery gets targeted.
I usually only micromanage artillery. Because say like I'm having a charge coming down, I will wait for my artillery to open. I'll wait for the charge to come as close as possible so I can get my smoothbores in canistering the enemy. But that's like only rarely when I will order units to actually attack something. Unless out of nowhere the enemy does like a massive surprise charge. Then I get involved.
I'd say, going back to the Battle of Fredericksburg, the game now, the Fredericksburg, excuse me, honestly, I could just, part of me wishes that this battle was, at least this initial phase, had a bit more effect than the, you know what I mean, Panda.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could mess around with the no resets, or not resetting the positions.
I would love that completely.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet, so I don't know what horrible things are going to happen if I try and do it. Unfortunately, the more I play around with it, the more I realize, I know why they didn't. I know why they just reset everything in the battles. I know people hate it, but from like a development side, it is so much easier to just let it clean it all up and put them. Cause we found so many new bugs. You don't when you don't do that.
I honest to God wish they wouldn't reset my army at Chancellorsville. I have my defensive position made. Don't change it.
Yep. But alas.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way you could probably do it. Like, but... So, like, one of the trade-offs is... If you don't reset stuff, then you probably aren't going to be allowed to drag your units around in camp between days, because if you do that, you get all kinds of fun exploits.
You should disable the camp screen, I believe, like midday or something, like during multi-day battles, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd either have to disable the camp screen entirely, or just, I think I can just block moving units around, and if I could do that, that would be better. But, yeah, so... That's why development has been...
Though, hold on, here's a problem though. What happens if you detach skirmishers for a unit, and then you reinforce that unit during the camp? What happens?
I don't want to find out.
Johnny, shut up. Johnny, no.
Presumably, the detached skirmishers would still be there at their original size, and the parent unit would now be larger. And you'd have to attach and reattach for them in new size.
How wouldn't that...
You'd assume this is Ultimate General Civil War we're talking about.
I would
Anything can happen.
that if you reattach those skirmishers, what will make it change their size back to... Would it be considered like... Because technically you'd either update the max HP and you'd have phantom loss. I'm taking a guess here, but you may have phantom losses because... Yeah,
but any losses already get screwed up as soon as you add them to a unit, so... If they get screwed up differently, it'd be hard to notice.
If you reinforce a unit, doesn't the losses not add up to the total of losses through the entire campaign?
Yeah, it doesn't track it properly.
That's kind of dumb.
Going back to Fredericksburg again.
Limitations of the game.
Make this initial flag that you have to hold it, and somehow get more units to arrive like at once. Like have the Union reinforcements arrive immediately. The whole flag would lose. Just kidding.
Can we just talk about how seriously Fredericksburg proves that logistics are necessary for massive campaigns?
It's necessary for warfare and completely, so, like...
I know. It's just, that was I've been reading more and more about
Historically,
Fredericksburg.
didn't it take forever for the pontoon bridges to arrive? And so it gave the Confederates all month.
You know why it took Do you know why it took forever?
Why? I don't.
Alec was drunk and didn't put in the order until the day of the Battle of Fredericksburg. That is why it took forever.
How much extra time do you give you here?
I have an hour and a half more. Yeah.
Okay. Ugh, that is so much time.
Might as well let these skirmishers deal more damage.
The Union is too small, they must be bigger.
Yes, just give me 10 million recruits every battle. Soviet Russia, then.
If I were going to, like, adjust this battle, I'd probably make at least one or two of the skirmisher units that the CSA have, maybe into infantry, to compensate for the immediate arrival of Union reinforcements for this phase.
I feel like in some ways, like, because of how bad the AI is around those bridges, like, to me it makes more sense just, like, have the Union arrive all at once. You get some free kills, and then eventually they just push you back, and then you have to fall back.
Sometimes, if you don't move across the southern bridge, the AI comes to attack you. Why is that?
What do you mean?
You mean like, yeah, I think that's what he means.
Yeah. So if the AI sees some of your units, and they have extra units available that are not tied to a specific order at the moment, such as if the if you attack this, either, like, the skirmishers are given, like, stay here for a moment. And then, if you do something to finagle with the AI will decide, oh, these don't have that order anymore, and, oh, I see enemy units across this river, let's go attack them, since why not? And they will attack. And
actually, for the Union, if we can figure out how to do it, we should switch whatever the general AI is to whatever the most passive one we could find is, so they don't cross the river after you. You don't. So the Union actually has to assault or do nothing, as opposed to being able to just sit there and wait for the AI
Here's
to
an
cross
idea
the bridge.
Here's an idea for CSA Fredericksburg. Have it so that the player can deploy, have it so the Union are already, some of the Union units are already in the Fredericksburg proper, starting off, and just hear me out, and then the player is allowed to deploy division. And the goal is to either recapture the flag or prevent the Union from capturing the flag and force them back. Would that be a more interesting approach to this initial battle rather than just sitting here getting free kills? It's like, oh, it's a surprise attack and then our troops are here now, let's go repulse them. And
maybe do something like that. I don't remember if I can change the victory conditions that much, though. That whole code is
more historically accurate, because the Rebs and Union did actually have guys on the other side of the bridge by the time they started fighting, so I would be down for it. Historical accuracy.
I didn't think the bridge was actually completed when they launched their attack. They just sent the pontoon bridge, they just used the pontoon boats and sent over troops to clear out their Confederate sharpshooters.
That's kind of what I was talking about. They just said fuck it and just...
Yeah, because there's no way they were like, oh, hey, engineers, go all the way, put the last few planks on the bridge while the Confederates are right there in front of you.
Let's just bring out a wheelhouse and just have a with a portable shield as you just lay the stuff down. Nah.
You know what they could have used at the Battle of Fredericksburg? Siege towers.
Oh my goodness. This is not the age of antiquity.
Just roll siege tower. Just roll siege towers and...
This is not Alexander the Great Siege of Tyre. No. You do not get to a siege tower across...
Or what if more historically aptly they had ironclads, in the water?
Oh, dude. I don't think the ironclads can sail up this far. No, actually, no, I'm thinking of the wrong river.
The Cairo and others like it were a breed of brown water ironclads.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the Cairo is the only ironclad from the Civil War that's still in existence. It's over at Fredericksburg right now. Not Fredericksburg, Vicksburg. I was killed by a Svoma 35. That's nice. I hate French tanks.
Archers nearing 3,000 kills. The 30 deaths. It takes longer for them to shoot than to reload.
But yeah, I really think this initial phase, of Fredericksburg for both sides can be improved a bit. Also, especially for the... Oh, go on.
A lot of the core problem is just, as usual, the timers are just completely out of sync with the current state of the mod. And I mean, the timers were, in my opinion, not good in the base game, because you could do a lot of this ridiculous stuff there as well. The I mean, that gets into the whole thing of, is it the actual timer, or is it the, if you know about it, you can drag it out even longer timer? Because I feel like a lot of the actual game timers, like what they show you, those are somewhat reasonable, and it's the, oh wait, if you don't click finish or don't capture a flag or whatever, then you get like 4 extra hours. That's where it.
Oh, you get a whole extra day of fighting.
Stuff comes in.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, because you have like another 55 minutes or something, don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna speed us up actually.
Yeah, they're not good.
The Union version of this battle is, if you use exploits, is going to be ridiculously easy.
Oh, the assault boat exploit?
Yes.
I have not actually even tried that exploit yet.
But yes, just march your troops across the northern river part of the river, or there's even the southern part, well, not the southern part, the northern part of the river. They won't even see you. Across the river, just march down south and just mass charge them, and they all die, and there's nothing they could do about it. The CSA, at least. You'll be in the city before they know it. You don't even have to cross those rickety old useless pontoon bridges. Just cross the river with the boats.
This phase end early? Do you kill everything or not?
I think so, yes.
I have no idea. I've never tried.
I believe it ends early.
That makes sense.
Because I don't think there's a reason for it not to end early.
Yeah, it'll just end the phase early, and then
You could probably just charge with the skirmishers and they'd probably die. Oh, they detach skirmishers. Chase them down, go kill them.
Oh, you're gonna lose your supply wagon.
Oh.
No,
Mount your cavalry, go south.
Save the bacon!
Yeah, they're routing. You're fine.
No, you gotta save the bacon!
Save the bacon wagon.
Yeah. I haven't actually watched.
They're not even riding
video.
across the bridge.
No, they're stuck.
You could probably just shoot them to pieces.
Oh, he surrendered.
Oh, they surrendered.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I wanted to shoot them to pieces.
I wanted to be a war criminal.
I mean,
Just like my
They
grandpa
can,
in World War II.
just allow prisoners to take collateral damage.
Okay. I wish the enemy had more soldiers. I expected it to be higher. Panda, is there a way if I went and changed the multipliers, would that take effect, or is that only considered?
No, you'd have to do it and replay the first phase again.
Okay.
Because it doesn't recalculate between days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think. Well, actually, now I think about it, most of those 90,000 are going to be against this core or that core. They don't really attack the center and my reserves. Or sorry, they don't. They're mostly going to attack Mari's Heights or Prospect Hill, the south. Mm-hmm. And so my center and my reserves, which is like half of my force, isn't really going to come into play by the time the battle's decided. So we'll see.
Yeah, you'll get a few extra from your reserves that deploy on the right flank, but you won't get anything extra at Mary's Heights because your left reserves isn't filled.
Okay.
So what I actually usually, if you're trying to sort of optimize it, what I usually do is I think you can deploy something like 10 and 9 units from each reserves onto each flank, and then I'll put just
here are the reserves
token number of units
maybe
into the center because they don't need to do a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be enough to do something interesting.
Some of these vision points just makes no sense.
Yeah, I feel like they put that one on a farm to
Why is this victory point here of all places? I
don't know. What at what Telegraph Road or
no? Right here. Why is the victory point? Not Prospect Hill. Yes, I know it's important, but why is it specifically on this location on the map? Why not
Isn't that where Reynolds' division broke? No, not Reynolds.
No,
Meads.
Meads.
Isn't that where-
No, that's if that were the case, this victory point would be in the center by where those 750 skirmishers are, not where it is currently. If I'm not mistaken, I think because
maybe the person design.
Yeah.
Maybe the person designing the map had a stroke halfway through and they decided, fuck it.
I wonder if the AI doesn't handle multiple victory points particularly well, because it could have been interesting. Like, you could have like 3 or 4 victory points just in this section of the map, which would be a little bit more interesting. Like, if you actually had to like get up on that hill and contest it more, as opposed to doing what you can, which is do that. As I'm thinking, as the Union, where you just flank all the way around and just take that one little part.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, some battles like have invisible victory point or invisible points of interest. I should say, not victory points. Because
yeah, that's true, and they handle that okay.
And yeah, because that's or it's either that or specific orders to units that allow them to do things. But after those orders are completed, the AI goes stupid. Or even then, some of those orders in particular are also stupid. But
AI is just stupid in general.
And honestly, probably it's just best for every single difficulty AI just to have a legendary AI, because the other difficulty AI just makes it so easy to be exploited to pieces.
Yep.
Well, I should say AI is only stupid. During one of my campaigns, and when I was playing on First Bull Run, the Union AI outflanked me with a single artillery battery, and I have no idea how they got across the river or past my gun lines. So
occasionally the AI's own incompetence helps it, because it sometimes does the assault boat exploit on its own. Sometimes.
I still have no idea how they got. I had covered every point of entry, and somehow they still managed to come up behind me. I'm to this day perplexed by it still.
I think one of the reasons why
Hey, Panda.
Right, I never fixed that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of extra stats in there that are... There's a bunch of hidden stats associated with fortifications.
What's inflicted...
normally display.
What's inflicted range damage?
Sorry, what was that?
What's this inflicted range damage stat? 1%.
So I think that actually, it means it has a value of 1, which means it doesn't actually do anything. It's like...
Okay.
Yeah,
so it's saying there's no change, basically.
Okay. Do you think I should put my artillery in there, or...
I despise these fortifications. They're traps.
Yeah, the artillery fortifications I basically don't use. I would rather just...
That one's also way forward of the forest line, so that you can't put troops in front of it, because the stuff in front of it is actually marshland, not forest. Which is bad.
Speaking of artillery fortifications, why on earth are there artillery fortifications outside the protection of your infantry at Shiloh as Union?
So, presumably some of that is supposed to be... I kind of wonder if some of that is left over from, like, Gettysburg, where you need actual line of sight to be able to shoot stuff with artillery.
That's my thought.
Because it feels like where that came from.
I thought the whole point of artillery is indirect fire support. You don't need line of sight.
Nah.
I find it so funny. There are people way over here shooting at that unit way over there. Halfway across the map with the snipers.
Yeah,
modern artillery is indirect.
Stretching out all the sprites everywhere, and this range is calculated at for the furthest sprite from the furthest sprite, so you could hit things at ridiculous ranges. If you find the longest fortifications in the game, you can do it. It's ridiculous. You can see a man like literally 2 miles away, able to hit an enemy soldier with his rifle when he realistically has no chance of hitting anyone. but it is amusing.
Yeah, I feel like some of these are early design mistakes. But they sort of fixed it in some of the later game battles more by making them shorter, but...
Oh boy, look at my cavalry. They're about to destroy that artillery.
Something that I think would be very useful is that if you put a unit in a fortification, they can be able to target multiple enemies at once. That would be useful.
Yeah, you'd have to rewrite the entire targeting system.
That, or use a collateral damage, the collateral damage model.
So it sounds overly complicated.
It sort of is, because there's give and takes with it, because if you use collateral damage, everything in the sphere takes the damage, even though it doesn't make sense for them to take damage, such as units behind a unit. So if you're targeting a specific unit... I don't know, if it's rebels, it makes sense, historically accurate. It's more if I increase their range to, like, to hit targets to the side by, like, say, range, the rifle range in this game, so instead of, like, just hitting a target and a little bit next to it, it's like 400 range rifle range of a circle. That means units way behind them will take equal damage to the units to the side of them, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'd have to rewrite it so the collateral damage wasn't a circle and then try and do different damages based on distance. Yeah, but some of the worst calculations in this game are trying to figure out how far units are away from each other, so that the performance hit would be not good.
It would be horrible.
There's already... The performance of the game with large amounts of units is already not good, and a lot of...
Yeah, I'm getting like maybe 5 frames per second right now.
Yep. Yeah, and unfortunately some of the stuff we've added in the mod has just made that worse.
And it makes me sad.
There are definitely some weird bugs where, like, sometimes, like, this section will run at, like, 20 FPS, and then other times it's just randomly, it'll just drop to 1 for no apparent reason, and, like, so there are some definite optimization bugs in the engine that would need to get fixed, and just, you know...
And it makes me sad, because I want my large battles.
Yeah. No, you'd have to rewrite so much. You'd have to write a new engine, really. Because I think a lot of decisions were came.
I think we should convince Microsoft to make a Civil War game in the Slipspace engine. They spent $500,000 on that thing. It has to be good.
Nah.
So Panda, look here, like, this guy's routing and he was only standing like right here. So like any unit that wants to charge, like if this unit came right here, like they'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sniper or 5 snipers all shooting at him.
Yeah, the Union units here are way too small to be able to do anything meaningful.
Did you give yourself extra Whitworths?
I did.
Okay, that's gonna be part of it. Because you should have enough for maybe 2 units at the absolute most at this point.
Yeah,
So
that's ridiculous.
Anyways, I actually need to head out. It is getting late here, so...
Thanks for joining.
Glad I could make one of these. Good talking with you.
It was nice talking.
Bye.
Alright, good luck. Have a good night, all.
Bye.
Bye-bye. But Johnny, come on, think about it. Think about it. A game engine that costs $500,000. Why not?
I would quip about the recent multi-million-dollar AAA titles that have fallen to the wayside recently, and say I have my doubts.
I don't know. Microsoft and Sony have reinstigated the console wars. Microsoft owns Activision and Blizzard, and PlayStation owns Bungie.
This is going to be ridiculous, I just know it. But going back to the game.
Come on, $500,000 game.
We're going on a tangent. Let's focus on the game for now.
Sorry. This game.
The Union Cavalry is being beyond stupid, but
isn't that just historically accurate to the Eastern Theater?
Yes. If only the Union was smart enough to actually be able to figure out.
Oh hey, what if we
are.
came around this way and came that way with the cavalry?
I know, but the AI is way too stupid, or at least doesn't have enough troops to consider it that way. Because if you double the amount of total number of troops they have, double the amount of brigades that they have, they occasionally will send troops that way. They will have enough troops to extend their lines to the point where they can do that. And it tends to not work as well when the Confederates have enough men to hold the whole line, but if you're stretching, but they do have the opportunity to stretch the Confederates to the breaking point and then deliver a charge straight through one of the weaker points, like either the fortifications or somewhere else, and then punch through. It can happen, just not really too often, and not with these settings.
I remember on Union playing this, flanking around this long way. Like, I'd basically send all my soldiers. I guess, well, now if I did, I'd do the assault boat exploit to just cross down here. But otherwise, I would just bring them all, like, along the river, down here, into the woods, and they basically are to be in this corner of the map before I even start attacking.
Yeah, the Confederate cavalry spawns there. And they don't hold there because they're cavalry. They run away all the time. Now, if some of those units were infantry and they held there, that attack may not go pretty well. And though, yet again, the AI is, for both sides in this battle, is just
AI do be dumb.
I think Mary's Heights, if the enemy is able to actually reach the stone wall and charge it multiple times, you're going to take a lot of casualties.
What? They shouldn't be able to break through the stone wall. Only Irish soldiers were able to do that. You can't let all the Union infantry be Irish soldiers. That wouldn't just be fair, now would it?
Uh-oh.
Actually, an ancestor died.
2,000 cavalry.
Part of the Irish Brigade. That's fun. So, how's the battle looking?
They're charging with their melee cav at my cav. Hope we can
Ooh,
destroy
that's
them.
nice. Are they charging melee cav and the rifle cav?
Yes.
Kill them all.
I'm gonna do that. It's actually, I'm gonna tell them,
Good.
select all these guys, and then tell them to charge. Charge their cavalry, counter charge! Destroy them.
Good. Kill them all.
Oh, this unit's wavering.
Gotta love that oh so inspirational what is it, bugle chart noise thing. I don't know. The oh so inspirational bugle leading you in the charge.
That charge sound bugle call is totally not historically accurate.
I would not even know.
Because it's supposed to be, it's not, because the actual sound for charge is actually a repeating string of the same notes, rather than up and down like this one in the game.
And also, it'd be,
But that one-
wouldn't it also, depending on the time period and stuff, it would be before the charge bugle, you have a bugle identifying who's going to charge. Right? So this unit charge, right?
Something like, I
thought that was. I thought that's what flags were for. That's what the French said, at least, all the way to World War II. Flags are how you tell people how to fight. Not
everyone had
how.
color, so... Now, if only this game had, whatchamacallit, like the sprites...
This unit just routed.
Oh no! Yeah, I think
we
they're being shot by artillery. They're focus fired by a bunch of things, so... To be honest, I think the fortifications themselves are not as good as the forest for skirmishers in this case, I'd say.
You know, Johnny, that's a good point. We should bring standard bearers back into modern combat.
No. Unless they're distractions.
But how is the enemy supposed to know that my regiment is marching forward to kill them? How are we supposed to fight without looking to our flag for guidance, Johnny? We need the flag. So dumb.
Boy, our infantry's getting close. Moving everybody at once. Okay, let's get some,
You'll be able to beat them. Even though they do charge, they're not going to get far. You have so many troops over there that are just going to...
I wouldn't say so. I mean...
If you send the cavalry to flank, you could just flank the whole line very quickly. Like the, whatchamacallit, not that cavalry, the one on the left.
Send in the winged hussars, everything will be fine.
Yeah, Rhodes. If you put him on the flank, he'll wreck everything. Because if the infantry turn to face the cavalry, they'll be flanked by the sharpshooters. If the infantry continue forward toward the sharpshooters, they'll be flanked by the cavalry, and the cavalry is worse, deals more damage in a single burst than the whatchamacallit. Yeah, they're already wavering. They're not even getting close enough.
I once held off a force twice my size. I had more cavalry than I had infantry. I was trying to get my no stars up to at least 1-star ranking, and my cavalry really stole the show because I held off a much larger infantry force for so long by just moving my cavalry around all the time. It was fun. Oh, it sounds like there's a war going on out there.
I just realized I was muted. How wonderful. Yeah, the AI's troops, they have no chance in reaching you. They're just too few, too small, and are being smashed to pieces. You probably just flank that infantry right there and just come rout it in a single go. And the AI can't do anything.
The enemy.
they're gonna, I mean, it's either turning and they're gonna shoot at me while in the water.
The enemy can't read. I just said that. I'm not going to repeat myself. That will be done. Ooh, there's a heavy tank. Let me get that kill. War Thunders, the superior tanks, and even... Oh, it's a tiger!
Anyways, I'm going to have to go for now. It's nice.
Alright.
Thanks for having me here. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have so much fun. Bye, guys.
but I'll probably be back if you're still playing. But until then, good luck and have fun.
I'm gonna move this artillery out. It's not doing very much. Oh, no. Oh, no. Already him. Maybe I'll bind it too. There we go. Now just to figure out what I'm going to do with this cavalry here. Yeah, this battle's going to be easier than I wish it could have been. I wish they could be like around here in these woods and like charging right here and be so epic. But instead, we're just standing here shooting at him. Let's see our cavalry can still do. Nice to be able to do something fun with them. Oh, it's a supply wagon. Bacon. Capture their supply wagon. You just come along that way. Shoot their artillery from behind. Oh, it was a 3-star unit. Fall back, fall back, fall back. Across the river. Let's see what's over here. Yeah, there's not much to say for this battle. Hey, Lamb Child, are you still there? Or am I alone? I can't see. Check the Discord. Anyways, not much to say. I'm just cleaning them up. At this point. Like, at this point, we already won. It's kind of silly how easy this was. It's too easy. Uh-oh. Been flanked, York, sorry. Yeah, you three come more north. Next target, Ransom. Say Hexamer's clones are target him. Actually, I'll bring you guys back here. You probably can charge some of these units and harass them as they retreat. Continue the counter battery, don't stop. Yeah, the ground over here is more suitable than cavalry, because over here is rivers and swamps and stuff, and it'd be hard to do action over here, but over here it's more open, more conducive to action. Here, target Meredith, he's already routing, so keep him routing. Next target, Ransom. Oh, you target Meredith. Shoot him. York, shoot. There we go, thank you. Did we do a massive cavalry charge at some point? Because, like, Rhodes and Hazen haven't seen much of any action. So yeah, eventually. Let's get Hazen over here. That'll be a good spot to charge from. Or no, more right here. Rhodes will get you over here so you can be on the other side of these guys. Let's see how many units they have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And I have 6 cavalry units. So once they get down to 6 infantry units, then I'll charge. Sounds pretty fair. Yeah, we are wrecking our artillery. Let's actually give them an air volley. Air artillery. I can totally squeeze that in. Corbett's finally in the action. Let's finish him off. And he's destroyed. Good. Form a line over there. Actually, no, not that far. More like right there. It's fine. Whatever. Okay. Alright, artillery. Focus on that artillery now. Nope. Target's not. Sorry, I misclicked. Hey, he's charged the supply wagon. You can grab that. Rhodes, let's get you out front so you can do more shooting. Okay, Hayes, fall back. Supply wagon, come down south. I'll turn you off. Some of you guys are running low on ammo, so let's get the supply wagon over there. Or should I move? Actually, this supply wagon would be faster, so let's actually use this one. Alright, Hayes, get over here. I'm moving to the east, which I don't like. So I'll move my cavalry to the east to match. Roads, let's get you over here with Hazen. The swamp's gonna really slow us down if we try to charge. Which is annoying. I should have charged them maybe when they're more over here. Although once they get out of shooting range, they should stop because you can't shoot at them anymore, so they should start recovering. Maybe if we move over here, they'll stop retreating that way. Oh, Ransom, I forgot about you. Let's get you over here. So that actually means I have 7 cavalry units. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry units. Did I miscount earlier? I don't remember. Yeah, we'll let the artillery at this point just soften them up. And then we'll charge them. Oh, I still don't like charging through the swamp, because you move a third of your normal speed, which is really annoying. Well, at least we don't get the cover penalty from melee, but... Alright, they're moving around. That's okay. They can move around all they want. I'm moving towards Hayes for whatever reason. I'm gonna move. Maxwell, you get right there. Or no, right over here. Oh, you take Willick's spot. Willick, you get right here. That's better. Alright, they'll probably have one more attack in them. Or, well, if you can call what they're doing an attack. Either they can't even advance out of here because the artillery is too intense. Fly wagon. Come down this way. Still moving towards Hayes for whatever reason. I'll move you up north a bit. Roads, take them out. How many dead Union soldier bodies? Moving through the swamp. I also wish I get a number on their size. How big they are. Actually let these guys do a volley. Now you can see how big this unit is. Now it'll give us a judgment. Oh! Ransom, sorry. It'll give us a judgment of how big the other units are. Okay, that's pretty small. York, fall back. You're taking too much damage. I don't like the revolving carbines. I'm like, if you look at the stats for this guy, he's not doing as much damage as, like, historically over many battles. The revolving carbines just don't cut it. Like, if you're looking now, if they have the dismount and range buff, then maybe, because then they'll give him more staying power. But otherwise, it's not really useful. Okay, let's get some skirmishers. I mean, there's no reason to not send the skirmishers at this point, because they have no more artillery, so our skirmishers will do fine out in the open. Okay. I don't know if that little sortie was worth it, but we did it. A lot of my artillery is probably... Oh, no, they're still shooting that way. Okay. Okay, oh, we shattered that one. So I think we're nearing the point where we should charge. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. I have 7 cavalry units, but we can probably deal with... Like, Hazen here, these guys are routing, he can definitely destroy them. So, Hazen, I'm going to send you to charge Pratt here. Hayes, I'm going to send you to charge this Pratt. York can charge Rowley. Ransom, give him a volley. Milroy, give him a volley and then charge. Breckenridge, you'll charge Rowley. And then Rhodes, I'll have you charge Sinclair. Sure. Artillery, target that unit now. But I don't want you, Okay, charge after you fired. Oh boy. Here, let's hold fire on these guys. Actually, no, Kemper, you, come shoot at him. You three, move this way. Hey, surrendered. Supply wagon surrendered. Oh, and Jackson surrendered. Oh, they all surrendered. Except for this guy still needs to surrender. Yeah, shoot the skirmishers. Or the commander. Hate the commander. No, don't shoot the supply wagon. Capture it. Okay. We just captured everybody, which is excellent. What guns do they have, by the way? Springfield. Springfield. Okay. U4. Come over here. Come over to there. U3 can stop holding fire. Supply wagon. You and you do not punish anybody and just come this way. Lewis, come over here. Cavalry, all of you. I'll now bind all of you to the key. Come over here. You can probably actually do what we just did a second time with these forces over here. Although we don't have as good of a line of sight on these guys, but. $3,600 damage. That is absurd. Okay, U4. Come up the hill. Hey Hazen, where are you? They're moving slowly because they're in the swamp. That's why they're moving slow. Like, why are you going so slow? Because they're in the swamp. Yeah, I'll charge this unit here. Are all these like outlying units? I'll just charge them. Move this way. Hazen, you're faster than the others. You can go ahead. Besides, melee is your job, so if you have to go it alone, you'll do it alone. Especially with your buffs, you're going to be doing plus 15% charge damage, plus 25% makes 40%. So, I'm not sure how adding the multipliers works in this game, but that's what it looks like. This is a sniper unit. No, or it is, but not the full range sniper. Near you, but you'll still do fine. Okay, Hazen, charge them. Haze, you charge them as well. Alright, give them a volley, and then we'll charge them. Actually, Haze, you do not go first. Milroy, hold for a bit. Let Ransom go first. He can absorb more casualties. Now, Milroy, now you go. Hazen, come this way. Here, Kepler, give him a volley. Lower their morale a bit. Okay, give him a volley and then charge. Okay, just charge. Hazen, go! Before I move this way. U5, target him. Let's actually push out from here as well. Might as well. Okay, you two target the incoming cavalry. Hazen, get to the side. Let's wait for the charges to refill before we... Or should we? Well, let's see. See... Right. Breckenridge, York, and Rhodes are all fresh on their charges, and there's not many units. So, Rhodes, you'll charge him. York, you will charge him. Breckenridge, you will charge him. Then you four, I'll move you out this way. I'll deal with that cavalry, I guess. Hazen, go in now. Although it's across the river, but it's fine. Charge that cavalry. Where's my officer? Officer Hector, get over here. Oh, surrendered and unsurrendered. Who has fresh charges? Well, actually, well, melee cav, I will, at this point, just select them all are here to target the. Simple enough. After Mari's Heights, I will end this video, and then we'll continue on part 2. Yeah, this is a pretty boring video so far. I'm sorry, everybody. It started out on a high note because we had all of our guest stars. Then it just got boring because it got too easy. That's okay. So you two can charge. You four hold fire. And just move that way. Yeah, move in that direction. Hector, get over there. Morale's going up because you're doing kills, which is good. And we destroyed them. Assault Mari's Heights. Alright, we finished that phase early because we destroyed them all. Alright, so now this is the part I was talking about where these skirmishers are not our best skirmishers. But these positions are so good. Hopefully they'll still be able to do sufficient damage. Okay, we have too many forces back here. Klein. I don't even care if they actually come in this direction. Klein, come this way. Karen, you're way too far. Come to here. Who else do we have? Where's the rest of our artillery? I have to more. I literally brought extra artillery. Oh, we have some more here. I think these are. Yeah, the 4th Corps. So those are our reserve units. Where's the rest of our artillery? We should have more than this. Kirk, are you in a cover position? Yeah, it looks like you are. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's find... Okay, Archer, you dismount. Kershaw. Just get you right here. Oh, yeah, spawn my artillery way over there. Thank you. See, I should have tweaked the deployment because, like, this is my last division here, and so I knew if I knew what last division was going to spawn over here, I wouldn't have put the artillery in here. I would have put the cavalry in here. But oh well, because the cavalry could just move out while the artillery has to move much more slowly, which is quite annoying. Actually, don't go through the swamp. Just come this way. Yeah, there we go. You two. This way. Okay. Well, sniper. So I'll put a sniper right here because then they can actually participate. Find one of my snipers. You're a sniper. I'll put you here. Let's put the revolving rifles out front and see what they can do. I don't have high hopes, but we'll see. I actually have a 2-star revolving rifle unit somewhere. I thought I did. I mean, this one, but like I want one. It had 2 stars, or it had full. Yeah, here it is. Hobson revolvers. He has the full 750. So, well, this one only has 597. I think I'll put Archer down here because, or should I put him like? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where their artillery target. Which of my units their artillery targets? Which of these their artillery targets, and whichever one they don't target, I'll put Archer there. That's something good idea. In the meantime, Lawton, you can come down here. Yeah. Okay. Simple enough. Reserves to cover our losses. What losses? We haven't lost anybody. At least that means we should get more artillery. And some cavalry. And more skirmishers. Skirmishers! Need reinforcements down south. Come down there. Our tiny cavalry units, we'll send them up north. They aren't going to do very much. Corps commander, just come over there. I should have gave him a major general instead of just a brigadier general. Oh well. Is that all of our reserves? I guess so. Or wait, no. Oh, we're gonna need more. I want some artillery. Archer. Let's move you up so you'll be ready to get into position when I fight you too. Forrest, don't be that close. Adam, I told you to get in that trench. These units are snipers. You're a sniper. So I'll put you between... MacArthur, are you a sniper? You are. I'll put you right here. Pickett, you're a sniper. George, Pickett. I'll put you in the middle. Okay, let's group all of my rifled guns together. Although it looks like I only have 2 of them down here, which is really annoying. Or no, for a moment I thought that position was empty, but it's not. We need strength down south. My artillery is on the way. Yes, and reinforced artillery reinforcements. Good. You go to there, And you go to here. I might put mine in there, we'll see. I mean, Hawk in here, he has the Blakely, so he can be a bit further back so he won't be targeted by their counter battery. Yeah, see? 100 kills already. Heinz, destroy that artillery for me, please. Hey, Perrin. Yeah, get in there. So these are the revolvers. They're doing okay so far. Alright, we beat them back. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna hold. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. I could try the this exploit I learned about recently, the assault boat exploit. It will let us cross this river up north here if we want to. I might try that towards the end of this phase. Yeah, once this clock reaches, or once it goes to the next phase or the next day or whatever, then I will end the video there because this has gone on long enough. 3 phases is plenty. Get a bit closer to the line. Alright, so which units have not been hit? See, Devon's being hit. Hobson has not been hit. Which I think is actually kind of weird. Hicks is being hit, so it looks like Devon's being hit more than others. We'll give it a bit more time before we put Archer in. I mean, also, too, Archer is already 3 stars, and he's definitely already earned his pay today. So we don't really have to use them. And it's not like we need the best unit, elsewise we're not going to be able to beat them. No, we're going to be fine. Especially once we get more of our artillery up. Actually, I still haven't done this. Okay, you are rifled. You are rifled. And you are rifled. So I'll bind you to 2. Now I can select you. Let's have all of you target Owen. Counter battery is what you're good at. Oh, I'm sending skirmishers that way. I guess I will put some skirmishers out here. Just to cover. Who can we send? Kitching. Yeah. He'll go that way too. I mean, one tiny skirmisher unit isn't gonna turn my flank. But might as well not have to worry about it. Yeah, Devon's definitely taking more damage. Hicks. Okay, looks like they're all taking decent damage. Probably from just the artillery. Because, like, this artillery is targeting this one's... I mean, they're, like... because there's the whole line here, the artillery just targets whichever is closest, so it's not really a best spot. I guess Statham here has a good spot, but he's only able to shoot because he has snipers, which Archer does not. So we'll just keep going. All right, Klein. Let's get you actually right here. How are revolvers doing? They aren't doing as much as I think snipers would do, but that's somewhat to be expected. It's like so little damage. I don't know what it is. Because like if you actually look at it, the damage value is not that bad. Oh wait, oh that 20%. No, that's not good. Yeah. 20% at max range. Yeah. Maybe I should switch off the... I mean, what else am I gonna do with the revolvers though? I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. My losses are light enough, so we don't have the 0.06% losses. It's like nothing, so I don't really have to worry yet. I will say any of these units that gets below 650, I'll switch them out with another unit. And I have plenty of skirmisher units to do that with. So. Okay, let's actually get some Whitworths into the fight. These aren't sniper Whitworths, they're just infantry Whitworths. But they should, I think they'll still do a lot better than these revolvers. Here, Klein, you know what to move. Oh, hey, welcome back, Johnny.
Hello. And they're all stuck in the stream, per usual.
Yep. I'm doing this thing where all of my frontline units here have the revolving rifles. They don't have... Now, these revolving rifles, I actually did not cheat to get these, because...
They
like...
didn't have them?
Yeah, like... I think it was... Antietam, I think? Or the grand battle before this. I captured, like, 3,000 of them.
No.
It was ridiculous.
Not very good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think I'm liking them either, so... I'm probably gonna switch these units out.
It's been a regular rifle.
Like,
I believe
I look at them and like they shoot fast, but look at that 20% max damage at their max range. So, meanwhile, these Whitworths have more damage. So yeah, so now that they're not sniper Whitworths, they're just infantry Whitworths.
Regular old Whitworths.
Yeah, but they should still do some good damage. Here, these are sharp. These guys have Sharps rifles, so we'll use those. Here's George Pickett commanding a little skirmisher unit. Okay, artillery.
The AI is not charging you. I'm sad.
These are all rifled guns, except so the only smoothbore is this guy. Oh, Trig, you're a rifled gun as well. Target here. And you can all reach that. Wow, okay. Oh, well, you can't, but apparently it's not going to move you. Oh. You can target him. I have a lot of units here.
If only the Union was smart enough to flank.
Oh yeah, I've done battles where I take the whole Union army, move it north, squeeze them through this tiny little area where they can't get shot at, and then I just crash down on this.
Yep.
And I roll them up that way. From the northwest. Okay. I feel like I have so many skirmishers that I don't need to replenish ammo. Well, I guess I'll replenish artillery ammo. Like, by the time they run low on ammo, I can just switch them out because I have so many units.
Yeah, I think the AI, at least this is kernel difficulty, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the AI in these difficulties are just... I'm so used to legendary, or major general or legendary.
Is there a way to customize that AI in the config, or is it locked on?
No, we have to go into the actual files again and replace a bunch of modifiers.
Oh.
More or less. We can do it's basically just a bunch of copy pasting. You have to copy paste the right areas or else the whole thing dies.
I mean, if you won after this battle, I could send you a save file and see if you can do that. If you want.
It's more of we have to update the mod test version.
Oh, okay. Oh, update the mod, like the C# file. Yeah. Okay.
The assets file, C# file, whichever file. Yeah. And if you want, like, for general AI tweaks, it'll be the resource assets file. If general AI improvements, that would be the C# file.
No,
Because I can make the AI extremely aggressive by just tweaking the resource asset values, because that's where aggression levels, risk factors, and all that are applied.
I want a unit that's in the first corps and does not have the revolving muskets. Foreman, come down here. See, like, lot in here.
Honestly, you could probably just get a bunch of your skirmishers to start flanking them. The Union doesn't even have a line doesn't even have a proper flank.
Yeah.
It's just like there. You probably just
If I had more snipers, I would do that.
you just roll up the line so quickly for the last.
See, here's a 2-star unit.
Dude, they're not even charging. I'm so sad.
I mean, I don't know, in previous battles, they were much more aggressive. Like, one time on Antietam, like, they had 8 or 9 units all charging at once.
Yeah, I think the AI here for Fredericksburg, at least on this difficulty, can basically, it's very direct, I'd say, but no, it's actually not direct, it's passive. At times, but it's an opportunist though, I think, because when it knows that it has a large advantage, it will charge everything. But here, I don't think they actually outnumber you too much, so that's why they're not charging too much. I think you overall outnumber them in the whole battle now, since you wrecked their first division, or the first units in the previous first day phase. In the first day phase. So overall, the numbers advantage is not that big.
I literally just told you to target him. Okay. Are you not?
Units won't move out of.
Yeah. Okay.
Out of fortifications to target, I think, at least for artillery. I don't know off the top if that's completely true or not, though.
Hey Boyle, let's get you into the war. Come down here. Though you're in the 4th Corps. You're in the 1st Corps. Oh, you only have the rolling rifles. Whatever. Yeah, I think I'll probably go sell all those revolving rifles and get hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yep. Probably for the best.
Yeah, you get closer, you can't reach anything. Oh, see, this unit's wavering. That's weird.
Yeah, they're just taking a lot of fire.
Yeah, from all the cannons and everything.
And skirmishers in general take a lot more morale damage proportion,
yeah.
in general than infantry.
This unit right here is a sniper, and I put him here because that way with the snipers they can actually reach something in this position. Okay, flying, who can you reach? Here. Target that one even if you have to move to hit him. You as well. Counter battery. Okay. I wish there was a say, hey, like, only, some of these I was like, hey, only target infantry if they're in canister range. And, like, otherwise do counter battery.
I think there was a way with, you could reduce the range?
Yeah, you can reduce the absolute range, but then you can't do counter battery if you do that.
Yeah.
Counter battery. I literally just told you to do counter battery, even if you have to move. Okay. Like, all I'm really doing is checking to make sure that all my artillery is actually targeting their artillery. Except for Reed here, he can shoot whenever he wants. Kirk here has the Whitworths. Although I guess ideally, and I actually move them back because they do a bit more damage at the longest range.
Whitworths and canisters.
Well, they're not doing canister; they're doing
shell.
Shell this range, yeah.
Yeah, shells. This is why 24 howitzers are so wonderful.
Oh, I have one of those right here. Reed, he has them, but they're not really charging, so it's kind of just like, eh.
Oh, they have horse artillery too. Sad.
Yeah, I usually do horse artillery.
Generally speaking, I use horse artillery. Personally, I use horse artillery for guns I expect to lose because only units with horse artillery or only artillery with horse artillery usually are able to keep up with my troops. And the regular artillery is just way too slow, usually. And since they're usually faster, they usually get into range of the enemy's guns are able to shoot them more often. I take more losses that way. I usually use like 12-pound howitzers, Napoleons, 3 inches, Parrots, whatever guns really, but...
to do counter battery, I tell all my batteries to aim at the same artillery unit, but like my artillery down here can't reach the artillery up here, and so it's kind of messy. And then, by the time like units get finished off or they rout, then I have to retarget everybody, and it's just annoying. Just keep checking all my artillery, make sure they're still doing counter battery. Go ahead and aim at that one. We don't have any money on that one. Whitworths are doing good. Uh-oh, Trimble's killed. Oh, she's only a major, it doesn't matter.
Oh. He's not your... the other Trimble.
Not the other Trimble. And this unit has Enfields. Oh, someone's charging. 2 units are charging.
They're not going to get anywhere.
Why are you moving? If you're targeting that unit, why are you moving? Whatever. Okay.
I think they're whatchamacallit in front of the fortification, so they're trying to get out of the way of the fortification.
But well, they're too tired for that. Which, they've been...
They must have been moving for a while. Oh, 3 units are charging. This will be interesting. If the whole line charges, I'd be very, very happy.
You want to see me fail, don't you? Okay.
You never know. But yeah, the AI is way too weak to charge. They'll hit and they'll rout. At best.
Stars. This guy's is already wavering.
That's the Irish Brigade that's charging you.
Oh yeah, Meagher's Brigade, yeah. Oh, are they charging down south too, or this one is? Okay.
Now they're being aggressive-ish. A bit late now, since you've already reduced their strength by a bunch, but better late than never, right?
Oh boy.
You should be fine. Unless Meagher is 3-star melee brigade, then I'll be very amused if the Irish Brigade breaks through.
I'm charging with the cavalry.
More men to the meat grinder.
Yeah. Just feed them morale. That guy's routing, which is good.
Shattered. Yeah, Meagher is not a 3-star melee brigade.
Yeah, let's get more reinforcements up here. That one just shattered, actually. More charging. Reed. Target the charging unit.
Everyone charging.
Kershaw, fall back. Okay, pause. Devin, you get back in the... I believe you're a revolving rifle, right? Yeah. Okay. I put Archer in the entrenchment? Oh no. I mean, he'll definitely stop the infantry better than the revolving rifles will.
Yeah.
But, I'll try it. Put him in there for at least a little while. Until these charges stop happening. Oh boy. Oh boy. Skirmishers. Okay, Devin, you can take that entrenchment. This guy's already routing, so don't target him. Get that one. Hawkins, target that one. Hicks, move up there. Hopkins and revolvers, move up there. Get in the action. Get into the war. Make Arthur get up here. You have sharps rifles, don't you? Yeah, get up there. Here, you actually target him. Yes, get up there. Forrest, I completely forgot about you. Oh boy.
Oopsie.
Reed, do you have a shot for me? Shoot that one. Shoot Zook. Okay, these two are routing. That one's wavering. That one's heroic, so target him, please.
Everyone shoot!
I literally just told you to target Zook, but you didn't. Oh boy.
Whoops.
Melee. Oh, he's heroic. He's routing. It's fine. Okay. See, they only started. See, Johnny, they only started charging when you joined. So. Okay.
Charge forth and end them. They are forcing their way through. If only they maybe.
Now that unit's charging. Oops, get up there.
If only they mass charge, like completely, the whole line, all at once.
Okay. That's the last guy that's still charging. Okay, you're wavering, you're routing. Hicks, what guns do you have? Foreman, you have Enfields, you get up there. Boyle, you should have... Oh, yeah. I had too many revolving rifles, it was not a good idea to have that many. I mean, they'll still do work, but they won't be as good. I do have... Oh, here, let's do this. See, Ward, you have Harper's Ferry. Kitchen, you have Enfields. That's where... Okay. Boyle, you switch places with him.
Honestly, I'd just leave one unit up north and just send everything down to the Mary's Heights because the AI barely sends anything up there. You can just watch them, and then they do send stuff up there. Just send some units up there to.
Yeah. Right now I have 2.
The cavalry is going past the wall.
I have 2 trash cavalry units. Oh, silly cavalry. At least they're still heroic. But they're feeling heroic. Yeah. Well,
I mean, you could probably just charge them
Yeah.
down. They all run away.
Alright, I put Archer on the line. We'll see what he can do. Or skim a volley.
Honestly, I think if you just charge with all your troops right now, you probably just beat them to pieces. But all the Union units are so depleted. Don't do it though. Well, do it, but don't do it. But do it.
At this point, I'm going to resume the counter battery. Because most of their units are done charging. They give it a good effort. Oh, this guy's charging.
He's not gonna make it.
Okay, I'm gonna send let's send these 2 cavalry units over here and they can probably harass them.
I think they're actually sending those 2 infantry units to flank.
These guys? Eh.
No, they're not. They're just going toward over there. You'll be fine.
Where are you target him?
Yeah, the Union doesn't have enough morale to do anything. This is like the actual battle itself. Let's march, and then let's be shot at, and let's run away.
Pretty much. Oh, Meagher's, the Irish are coming again.
The Irish are just wrecking themselves.
Yeah, this time they're facing Archer here, who can shoot
Probably wipe
fast.
them off the map.
And they're routing. No. Yep. Hey, he's shattered.
Rip.
Hey, do some counter battery for me, please and thank you. You do some counter battery. Like I definitely told you to originally do. Why you guys stop doing the counter battery? I literally just targeted you on one of the batteries. Okay. You do some counter battery. Probably because they're routing and then that they
Probably.
target something else. You're wavering. Lawton, get in here. are trying to flank me, but it's not gonna work because I already have units out here.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, well, he's just from the 4th Corps. He doesn't matter. Counter battery. Counter battery. Counter battery. That's in range. No, it's not in range. That's why you're targeting someone else. Okay. Fine then. Target someone else. Counter battery. Counter battery. Counter battery. Counter battery. First shot, what are you doing out front? They were the whole time.
Away.
Yep. Oh, it's too far away. Target that one. You can hit that one. This one. Oh, that one. That one. There you go. And we shattered that one. Let's send standard. You can't reach them, so I'll just move you over to where you can reach them. Alright, if I move you there, you should be able to reach them. Horus, let's swing you around that way. Oh, someone's charging. Ah, we can deal with him. Reed, target him. It's probably too soon to fire, but whatever.
Routing again, of course.
First shot, let's move you too. Forgot about you. After we're done at after this phase is over, I'm going to end the video. It's been 2 hours.
Alrighty.
At least.
Yep.
Around already, so.
You'd probably mop up the whole army at this point.
Probably. I think I might just charge that little infantry unit.
You could probably just send, like, have all 4 of your cavalry just roll up the line by just shooting at all the flanks.
we shattered that one. To give that one a volley and fall back. Here, you get into the war. Shoot down artillery. Alright. York and Forest, come this way. Okay, no more cannon over here, so I'm actually gonna move these snipers out.
Yep. You probably send some of the skirmishers from your reserves to just start launching the flank. Or pinning the flank.
Yeah. Yep. If I had more cavalry, I would do more charging. Once Tyler gets past Barnes, I'll tell him to shoot at Tyler. Actually, let's just shoot at Barnes, because if Tyler's routing, we can just... That'll work. Oh, they have some artillery over there.
Yep.
They could do an assault.
They usually
boat.
have a couple of batteries across the river. One of the best things about cavalry is that since they move so fast, a cavalry unit can go past, can start shooting, and the cavalry unit behind them can go in front of them while they're still shooting and start shooting as well. So you could stack a huge amount of volleys in a short amount of time, and basically rout or destroy a unit all your cavalry is shooting at. And it tends to be broken against single target units when you have a bunch of cavalry focus firing on them. There's not much they can do.
Skirmishers. Yeah, over here. Counter battery. Counter battery. You fall back. Shouldn't be there. Standard. Counter battery. Hawkins. Counter battery. Aaron. Counter battery. I go? Assault boat? Actually, no, I won't do assault boat.
Nah, it's
Like,
not worth it. There.
Even if I got like a unit across there going uphill against artillery.
We could probably snipe it with your snipers.
Not if they suddenly disappear. Once I get into the town, I'll have more cover and I don't have to worry about the artillery as much.
Yep.
Okay, which of my units actually are snipers? You're not a sniper. You're not a sniper. You are a sniper. Although, I don't want to push with because they still have artillery. Make sure I'm still doing counter battery. Alright, no, you're moving. Hawkins, you can totally reach that artillery. Shoot at him. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's get Archer up and out of the trenches. 7, you take his place. Archer, you mount up. How are we doing on the counter battery? There's only one left. All of you, target him even if you have to move.
I think some of them are. Oh yeah, some of them are limbered.
Yeah, if they're limbered, then they'll just I don't care how they do it, just get over there and shoot at him. And then we'll destroy it. Hey, you shattered that unit. I'm gonna send Forrest and Stewart across the river. You 3 advance up to here. Stewart, get the supply wagon. Okay, I guess we're charging them. I told you to shoot. I told him to shoot, but the commander was blocking it, so he just ran into him.
Oops.
Those supplies are surrendered. Next, go after those supplies. You'll hit it across the river. 4 of you now advance up to here. I'm just happy it's not artillery right here blasting me away. Nice stamina. Well, and you have sharps, right? Yeah. Here, get out of your entrenchment.
Have everyone advance.
Yeah, let's actually be a bit more aggressive now. All of you.
Surround them and kill them.
Ah, the skirmisher stacking thing, that's annoying. Yeah. That'll do us okay, some good. I'm gonna send all my cavalry across. Okay, we destroyed him. Let's find that artillery. Move up there. Move up there. So you move that way first. Okay, that first. Actually, let's do this. Let's take Kershaw and Ross. No, you guys keep going. Don't shoot the play wagon. Come on, Hicks. Shoot him. I surrendered. Here, Ross. Go that way. See if there's anything over there. Otherwise, we need to actually come back.
Yeah, the Union Army is probably doomed.
Yeah, we must. We must, for the sake of destroying the vampire hunter Abraham Lincoln, we must destroy this army. Aha! There's the artillery. Charge them. Oh, you can't. Stuart can charge them.
Proceeds to fire canister point blank and shatters your cav.
Instant shatter. Come on, surrender.
No surrender.
Okay. E5. Advance up to here. E3. advance up to here. Or, yeah, whatever, that's fine. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing good. Supply wagon, you're already moving. And we crashed. Was it there a supply wagon? Or am I... Whatever. Okay. Let's move forest back. Oh, there's a supply wagon. Get it. Alright, let's try this. I think you're gonna love this, by the way.
Oh dear. Mass charge. Let's hope this works.
Yeah, sniper rifles aren't the best weapon to charge with. But they're completely wavering and all that. Charge with the Whitworths. I think I do have extras, so as well. Okay. I'm not gonna send an archer, but we'll send in Kershaw.
Send everyone! You should also probably cover the southern bridge with some units to prevent them from running away that way.
I didn't think about that. Let's get Forrest and Ross over there.
That should be sufficient.
Let's get Archer over there too. Wait, let's get my officer. Officer, where are you? Get over there. You guys dismount. Actually, no, don't dismount. Get back up.
Supplies surrendered. They have taken your supplies back. Somewhere they're taking the supplies back. The top one. Oh, it has disappeared.
Where?
No, nothing. Go on. Oh, it's the wagon up north. Like they're very far north of the map.
Oh. Ugh. The commander. I'm gonna charge the commander. Get rid of him. Supply wagon surrendered. Come back. Adam, what are you doing? Charge him. Hey! Infantry surrendered. This supply wagon. I know you have a unit next to him, but he surrendered anyway. Come that way. Hey, Robinson, what guns do you have? Springfield, that's what the other units had too. Oh, a whole bunch of units just surrendered. Hey, all these guys surrendered. Good. You have Springfields. Springfields. More Springfield. Okay. All of you then. Just go that way. Alright, charge them. Hose, artillery. Archer, you deal with that. Uh-oh, Kershaw's wavering. That's not good. Okay. Shoot the artillery. Hey, they surrendered. You come that way. Did we kill the commander? Maybe? Go that way. Here, give him a volley, and then I'll tell you to charge. Alright, charge! Oh, more units surrendered. Hey, he surrendered, good job. You have Springfields. And you probably have Springfield as well. They all... Oh, Enfields, oh. Just a little bit better. Kill the commander! Oh, there's still one supply wagon here.
The Union has been wiped out.
Capture the supply wagon! Get it! Oh, finally.
We just kill the generals. There's another supply wagon down south.
Oh.
There's also probably another general up north to deal with somewhere.
Wonder why it hasn't changed phases yet. Why some...
Probably units still somewhere hiding.
Yeah. Do units gain XP by capturing enemies?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because, like... Oh. I hear shooting. Who's shooting? Oh, probably the commander. Yeah, okay. Oh, that artillery surrendered. I didn't notice that. 24-pounder howitzers. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, because like if an enemy surrendering doesn't give you XP, then in terms like if you already have enough weapons, then from an XP perspective, it'd be better to just shoot at him, right?
Mm-hmm. Now that might be something to bring up to Panda.
Commander. Okay, still don't know where this last enemy unit is. I guess I should check up there.
Send all the captured units back, routing off the field just in case.
Yeah, they're not even close to being in that direction yet. But yeah. All you just route. Route, 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 route. Skirmishers, move this way. See if there's anything over there. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Cavalry.
Send all units down south. Oh, I think they, whatchamacallit, they do spawn units again on the far side of the river. A cavalry unit spawns. And like when the phase comes back, or to like it goes to Prospect Hill, then comes back to Mary's Heights again. I think sometime in the future.
Yeah, did they get more infantry reinforcements at all?
I do not know.
Okay, I'm gonna send my guys here. Back across the bridge, just in case. They don't get. Alright, it's been a pretty tame battle so far. Oh, down south on the Prospect Hill, I destroyed them all, or captured them all.
Yep.
That phase early, so
The
Union
Union does
easy.
not have enough troops.
yeah, it's just mop, like, and then once I get more cavalry from the other corps, then this is gonna be some mopping up action, basically.
Yep, I think you basically eliminated like 90% of the whole army at this point.
Yeah, one thing I would do if I were Panda would be to strengthen the Union reinforcements, like around the Telegraph Road part, because there's like, in my experience, the Union never even reaches that point.
They're not programmed to attack around there, really.
Okay.
Well, they send like one or two or a couple units, but not a major attack like Mary's Heights. Now, if you double the number of brigades there are in total that the Union has, then they'll send a decent force down toward the center.
Yeah, I bet you know that from experience.
But beyond that, most of the stuff is just sent towards Mary's Heights, and to be honest, if they if they actually pull off a proper mass charge with a ridiculous amount of units, they will break through the stone wall. Assuming their troops are at least equal or a little bit larger than yours, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Or repeated charges that actually hit and actually cause damage and force you to rotate.
Yeah, and then eventually you have nothing to rotate to.
Yeah.
Alright, phase is about to end. Yep. Hi, kitty. Here, I'm gonna get my cat. I'm gonna try to get my cat on the stream. On the video. Hey, kitty. Hey, come here.
I hear the kitty. Very lightly.
About to see her on the video, like, once I upload it to YouTube. But here's the kitty. Oh, the good kitty. Mwah. Meow. Want to say something, kitty? Say something to the microphone. Okay. Well, she's at least humming it. She's like, no, I won't say anything. Okay. Yeah, she's hungry, probably. Alright. I'd like to continue.
Alrighty.
Alright, prepare for it to get even more laggy.
This is normal. I function well with this.
Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new cavalry units. That's like almost 10,000 cavalry. Plus all of this cavalry. I already have.
You're gonna wreck the
I can probably
units that spawn from the bottom
I have
right
units
of the map.
down here. Oh, there's 3 more cavalry. That's like I could probably just mass charge them from the get-go.
Yeah.
So do they have like units down here or
Bottom right, they spawn in as reinforcements. Yeah,
Like
bottom,
like
all
by
the
the-
bottom corner right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense why they spawn there, but yeah.
I guess I should move these skirmishers then.
They could spawn camp and just completely wreck whatever that comes through. They come from the corner, not like they don't spawn on top, I think.
So like exactly the corner here?
I think so. Somewhere around there.
Okay, I'll move in like this then. You can route off the field. Well actually, I was gonna end it here, so let's get my cavalry over there. Let's just clean that up so that way when I load the save and it automatically starts, I don't get spawned on top of.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and save it, and then I'll continue part 2 tomorrow, probably.
Alrighty.
Thanks for joining us, Johnny, and then
Yep,
leaving
no.
and then coming back. Alright,
No problem.
so yeah, until next time, stay awesome, stay hydrated. So, yeah, bye-bye.